It's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. So today we're going to be doing another haul, this time from Altenew, and I'm going to be making a card that's going to be a friendship card, but also a Valentine's Day card with my new stamps that I got from Rubbernecker. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. So as I've told you in the last video, the weather's been kind of yucky here, so I have to shop. So I found some really beautiful Altenew sets. I love florals, and it makes me think of warm weather in spring. So this is the first one that I got. It's called Spring Daisies. Love it. Look at all the layers. It's going to be really pretty. Then this is the next one. Sorry, the name's at the top. It's called Beautiful Day. I love the flowers in this, and it's got some little like violety flowers, and I'm a big fan of violets. And then this one is Peony Bouquet. I love peonies as well. And this one is Remember This, with a bunch of really pretty flowers in it too. And then this set is a smaller set, but it's called Peony Scrolls, and then it has a matching die set. So I'm very excited about these, and I'm going to be playing with those in the near future. But I was also on eBay because this is the only place I can find these stamps. It's a Carolyn Shores Wright used stamp. I think it's called Holly House. I've never seen this one before, but it's got a bird. I know I love chickadees, and I love just all the different things I can color on it. So next year at Christmas time, I'll be making some fun stuff with that one. Wanted to show it to you because if those of you who love Carolyn Shores Wright stamps like I do, I just wanted to show it to you. I've never seen that one before, in case you have. But on the flip side of that, what I have seen before and what I just showed you in my last video was this. It is the poppy background from Rubberneckers. There it is. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful background. It's larger than a regular background. I think I told you the measurements on my last video, but I think it's like 5.5. I have my ruler right here. I'll just tell you, because in case you wanted to know, it is about 5 3/4 by 4 1/4, or a little bit over 4 1/4. So it's a really nice stamp. I'm going to ink it up with Onyx black ink. Okay, so there's our image. And I'm going to be using some Nuvo clear embossing powder that's brand new, if I can figure out what I did with it. Okay, so here's my embossing powder. Warming up my heat tool. As soon as it turns, the color turns to the shiny, then you move on to the next area. I wave mine around a little bit so I don't scorch my paper. You can also heat it from the back if you want to. Sometimes that helps you to avoid scorching your paper and having any problems with it. It does take a little bit longer for it to change. I'm going to have Rich fast forward it so that you don't have to wait an hour for this to turn. I want to tell you just a little bit about my Touch 5 markers. I bought a set of 168 of them, and I really like them. So I swatched them out on the sides like that. But when you have 168 markers, it's really hard to look at them and decide which one you need. So what I do is, or what I did, was I created this swatching book, and I wrote down the number of each one beside it. So when I'm looking for a purple or a red, I can just go to my reds and find the color combination of the ones I want to blend. That has been a time saver. Let me just tell you, I love that, and it really works well for me. And here are the numbers I've chosen for this project. I'm going to do the background in blues, and that would be 70, 144, and 183. So that's those three blues. I'm going to do the yellow centers with 37 and 41, and that's my colorless blender. And then my reds, I have 4 out, but I'm probably only going to use 3 of them. I'm probably going to use 12, 15, and I think that is 2. And then number 3 is an option that I might consider. So those are the ones I'm going to be coloring with. I'm going to color first the lightest red, which is this, oh, that's number 12. If I said 2, it's number 12. And I'm going to be using that as my I'll show you how I like to color. I like to color with one lightest tone in the center, the whole, I'm going to do this whole image with that lightest tone. And then, after you use the lightest tone, sorry I'm wasting so much time on this, but I wanted you to see that, how I do this. Then I like to go around the outside. This is 15 with a darker shade, and then I'll go into my side with that darker tone as well. You can go in as much as you want with that medium tone. Then my darker tone, I'm just going to do little spots where there might be a little bit of shading on them. So it's not going to be a lot of that color because of it's just a shading. As I said, it's just my shading color. And then what you do is you go back in with your lightest color and you're going to blend over all of it. And what that does is it makes all of your colors work better together. And it blends them out. Now, if you don't think you're getting a good enough blend, what you can do is you can go in with your middle color again and go, like, let's say we're going to go in a little bit further with my middle tone. And your middle tone will help blend out that darker color. And we're going to go back in with my lighter color. And if you still don't love it, you can go in with your blender pen and blend out that way. So it, there's a lot of different options, but I think I like it so far like that. I'm not going to make you watch me do all of those flowers, but I will have you watch me do a couple of the yellow centers so that you get an idea of how that works. I'll just do a few of those. And again, I'm doing my lightest tone first. Then I'm going to use my darker color and just do like a dot of that. And then I'm going to go back with my lighter. And that's how you do it. So I'm going to do my reds for a little while, and we'll put this on fast forward so you don't have to be tortured through that. I don't know why I'm doing that on one I didn't do my yellow center on. I guess I'll do my yellows first, that way I won't forget to do some, because sometimes I forget things that are that simple. Okay, here's my thought, and I don't know if I'm going to do this yet because after I killed myself with all that coloring, I don't know if I want to do it, but I was thinking about using these heart dies and cutting a big heart out of the center of it. But like I said, after I spent all that time coloring, I just don't think I want to do that because now I'm a baby. Now I'm whining about it a little bit. Just a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is put it on a red background, maybe, and that way we'll see what we like. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of a white border around it. I'm going to cut it out with my paper trimmer and leave just a little bit of white border, I think. And then if I don't like that little bit of white border, you know, like if it looks stupid, I can always get rid of it. Get my straight edge, and that way we'll be sure that we have a clean line. It's my thinking. I don't know what you think, but that's what we're going with. I think it looks fine the way it is with that white border. I'm going to put the foam tape on it, and I'm going to, ooh, that made a nasty noise, didn't it? And then I'm going to also do the sentiment. I haven't decided where I want to put that sentiment, but it's an old one. I think it says "You're some kind of wonderful." I thought that would be nice. I haven't decided about what to do about the heart. I'd like to put something Valentine-y on it. You know, it'd be nice if it had a Valentine kind of theme. And this paper is the Recollections 110 pound, so it should lay really flat on our background. I think the white border looks fine. If somebody's looking at it and they don't like the way it looks, if they think it's, you know, it's not perfect, then they're looking at it too close. You know, it's a handmade card. I think we all should just go with it's a handmade card. Okay, let's take the background off. I'm going to have Rich cut this part out so that you don't have to watch it. I put a ribbon that's just, I think it's a 1-inch ribbon that's really, I think it's taffeta. No, it could be something. It's a sheer ribbon. I'm just going to make that up. It's a sheer ribbon. Okay. I'm just going to fold it in half. If you've never made one of these bows that has the tail on it, you just fold the bow in half, or the ribbon in half, and then after you folded it in half, you make sure it's still in half, and then you just do that where you snip it so it looks like that. It's not too horrible. At least I don't think it is. And if you want your bow to stay in place better, you can always put a little glue dots under the center of it. I'll show you that. It just makes the center of the bow attached to the background. So I have my little glue dot, and I'm just gonna pick up my bow and then lay it right under the center of it, and then that way it just stays in place better. And then I could put a sentiment in the inside, but I don't think I will. Instead, I'm going to get my stamp. I'm going to use my big girl stamp, made for you by Sandy Parker. I know I've told everybody that I bought that through a company called Stamp Panda. You go through Groupon and you get a really good discount, and then you go to Stamp Panda and it's an address stamp. I think it's called a square self-inking address stamp, and then I changed the address to this. It looks, you'll see this little curly Q, and you'll see that kind of writing in that option. And then all I did was change it from an address to Made for You by Sandy Parker. that's that. Let's get an envelope. Back of the envelope will match our card. So here's our card and our envelope. I hope you enjoyed this, that you learned a little bit about alcohol markers and coloring with the different shades, and that you'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe. The subscribe button is in the bottom right hand corner of the video in case you didn't know it was there. And thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.